Hi, I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us. Incredibly graphic testimony today in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. And we have to warn you, some of what you hear may be disturbing. The third alleged victim, who goes by the pseudonym Jane, was back on the witness stand for her first full day of testimony.
I can't say enough negative things about this man. I'm not sure he's human. I like, in the same way you look at a psychopath, that like Dahmer, who kills people and eats them. That's how I am now looking at Sean Combs.
What could make a girl who once called Diddy the love of my life break down sobbing in a courtroom? Her voice trembling as she choked out 9 words that left everyone frozen. He did worse to me than 2. Cassie, she's not a celebrity, no millions of followers, but her testimony, Jane Doe's words, are ripping. Diddy out of the spotlight and hurling him straight into the abyss. I was there in that New York courtroom when Jane Doe stood up and laid it all bare, and what she revealed didn't just put Diddy on a collision course with a life sentence, it dragged up a secret. Even Cassie never dared to whisper a secret buried in an unreleased video. A photo hidden deep in a phone, a scar not on her skin, but carved into her soul. You thought Cassie's story was the darkest layer of his crimes? Think again, because this girl, she fell to the very bottom, a place where love was a chain of manipulation, where Diddy stopped pretending to be the good guy, and today, for the first time, she chose to speak. This wasn't just testimony, this was the opening shot in the most brutal phase of tearing down Diddy's empire. The cameras didn't catch that moment, but I saw it, and now you're about to feel it too. Welcome to the blackest chapter of Diddy's story. And the truth you're about to hear, it's unlike anything you've ever been told. What could make a woman who once called Diddy the love of my life break down sobbing in a courtroom, her voice shaking as she choked out 9 words that left the room in stunned silence? He did worse to me than to Cassie.
I'm not here for money, nor for fame. I'm here to expose Sean Combs, the man who turned my love into a 3-year nightmare. I want the world to see who he truly is.
Her words sliced through the air like a knife. Diddy from the defendant's table tilted, his head slightly, his eyes sharp as daggers, locking onto Jane. But Jane didn't flinch. She started talking, each word hammering down on Diddy's empire, exposing crimes so vile no one dared believe they were real. Jane dubbed the stand-in. Cassie was Diddy's girlfriend from 2021 until his arrest in September 2024. She wasn't naive stepping into that relationship. She knew Diddy could make dreams come true or crush them into dust, but she never imagined her love would drag her into a hell disguised as romance. So how does a woman fall for a man who turns her into a slave to that same love? And more importantly, what will she do to make him pay? Come with me through 6 gut-wrenching days of testimony, filled with horrifying revelations and undeniable evidence, as Jane lays bare the true monster behind Diddy's mask, her words sliced through the silence like a knife. From the defendant's table, Diddy tilted his head, his eyes narrowing sharp as daggers locking onto Jane. But she didn't flinch. Not once. Then she began to speak. Each word she delivered was a hammer blow, pounding away at the walls of Diddy's empire, exposing crimes so vile, so unthinkable, that most refused to believe they were real. Jane, often called the stand-in Cassie, was more than just a girlfriend. From 2021 until Diddy's arrest in September 2024, she lived inside the illusion one, crafted with money, fame, and the twisted promise of love. She wasn't naive.
At first, I thought it was just a game, a piece of the glamorous lifestyle. But then it hit me. It was a trap, and I couldn't break free.
When Jane spoke those first trembling words, Prosecutor Marin Kami stepped forward, clutching a thick stack of documents. With quiet determination, she began laying out over 1,500 text messages between Jane and Diddy, messages the FBI had pulled from Jane's phone. One message from November 2021 lit up the courtroom screen, sending a chill down my spine. Sean, I just want to be with you, not others. I feel awful when every trip turns into a hotel night. Diddy's reply was cold, calculated, almost robotic. You know the rules. Don't disappoint me, or you'll lose everything. Jane stared at the screen, her voice cracking. Losing everything wasn't just about love, she said. It meant my home, my kids' future. She revealed that starting in March 2023, Diddy had been paying $10,000 a month for her luxury apartment in Los Angeles where she lived with her children. But that money didn't come from kindness he paid to own me, she said. Jane wept as she recalled how every time she said no to a hotel night, he'd threatened to cut off her rent and leave her and her kids on the street. The prosecutor backed it up with bank records showing Diddy's monthly payments plus receipts for dental work, designer clothes, and other luxury expenses. Those weren't gifts, Jane said bitterly. They were chains. He made me feel like I owed him my entire life. And that, she warned, was just the beginning. Jane began to detail the hotel nights she described as hell on earth. She testified that before meeting Diddy, she had only ever tried drugs twice. But once she was with him, that changed. He gave me cocaine, ketamine, ecstasy. He said it would make it easier. But it didn't. It made me feel like a walking corpse. Her hands clenched to tissue so tightly it tore apart in her grip.